Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's All Funny, brought to you from Funky Eskimo Studios. I don't know, whatever. I've been trying to get the Funky Eskimo name going, and it's just easier with my first and last name. I don't know. Things have been about the same here. Like, been applying for jobs. I'm gonna start school soon, at least one class, to be like a cyber security officer or something. So that sounds like, something to do. And then I'd put in to get some of my 401k out, so I do have like some money there. Like at least 2 or 3 months worth, if I could stretch it, of not working. So see if I could do that and just relaxing and worrying about school, And then, keeping up with the podcast, trying to find new people to interview, just meeting new people. It's fun. I hope everyone liked the Stardust interview. She was real nice. I had trying to find like questions to ask her that weren't so like controversial, but she was real nice. And I like talking to her, starting a conversation, like I'm pretty open to everything. Which brings me to our first story about, do you see that feud? I don't know if you're on Twitter, right? If you see that feud going on between like Joe Rogan and some doctor who's all about the vaccine. Most of them are. And that doctor basically is saying, because I watched the Joe Rogan and Robert Kennedy Jr. Podcast, right? And it was good. It was good. He sounded smart, that Robert Kennedy. I don't know, he's still a politician, so whatever. But he was talking a lot about, like the pharmaceuticals and how it's all about money and not really about healing, blah blah blah. And this doctor took real offense to it and was like, talking shit about how could Spotify let Joe Rogan spread all that misinformation, blah blah blah. And Joe Rogan tweeted at him like, "Look, I'll give $100,000 to any charity you want if you come onto my show and debate RF Kennedy Jr. Like, it's that simple." And the doctor doesn't want to do it, because he doesn't see a point in it. And it's fanning the flames of this argument between vaxxers and anti-vaxxers. And people are like, "Oh, he doesn't want to go talk to him because he's wrong," or if the science community is like, even if you go, you're still gonna look bad because you're sinking down to their levels, or blah blah blah. You can't come out of this winning. And even that fucking predator poachers went and talked to him and tried to like convince him to go on the Joe Rogan. And they seemed really nice about it, but they still kind of went to his home and like, I don't know, you can technically say it was them harassing him, but they were just like, kind of like that dude who talks shit to Brittany Griner. They're just doing it for clout and for views, and I don't know, you can't blame them because that's how like our world is, with like anyone can be a journalist now, apparently, that the First Amendment where it's like freedom of the press or whatever it is, right? Or the second, I forget which amendment it is, but apparently we're all the press, like you don't need a journalistic degree or anything. We're just automatically journalists if we say so. Just like whatever pronouns you are. If you're a journalist, you're a journalist. If you got a camera, you're a journalist. It's that simple. But or a microphone, I don't know. Anyone can be anything nowadays. It's pretty crazy. Look at me, I'm hosting a podcast and people actually listen. Thank you. It's nice of you. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I like Joe Rogan's. I don't like his comedy, but I like his podcast. Like I know I've listened to some of them that are like hilarious, or the ones like one he did with Jewel was really eye opening, and there was one he did with Dr. Phil that was pretty good. It just depends on the guest. That really like, I think he did one with that beekeeper girl, and it's just fascinating. And that's how I want to be on my show, like where you don't really care what kind of guests you have. You treat them, with the same respect, and you have a conversation. It's like, I don't know, it gets your brain thinking about things you might not be thinking of, or might not have thought of, and sparks conversation. I wouldn't say debate. It just sparks, ideas to be made. Um, let's see what other news we have here. Amanda Bynes has been detained by police in LA for a mental health evaluation. And I don't know why people are so like, man, about Amanda Bynes, dude. Like, you really need to check on Britney Spears if you're worried about Amanda Bynes. I don't know. I worry about Amanda Bynes. She was good in everything she did. She was making some hits for a while after the Amanda show with that, or whatever. But I don't know. Where's fucking Josh Peck? Can he check on her? He just wants to check on fucking Miranda Cosgrove and iCarly. Like, go check on Amanda Bynes. She's the one that made you. She made you and Drake Bell. But Drake Bell's like hiding out in Mexico from rape charges or something. I don't know. Poor Drake Bell. He really fell from it, right? He was the handsome one, and now he's just like the ugly one, and Josh Peck is the better looking one now. That, go figure, right? Another news bit. Taylor Swift is releasing a single, but it's actually 4 years old, and it's called Cruel Summer, which I hope it's not just a cover of Ace of Base's song Cruel Summer. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer. You're gone, leaving me here on my own. Cause doom, 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 doom. Cause Ace of Base is the shit. Like, and if she's just covering Ace of Base, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I love this song. It's so original." Like, fuck you, cause Ace of Base wrote it. I don't know, probably in like '89 or something, or '92. But yeah. Put some respect on Ace of Base, because Ace of Base is the shit. Like, literally, they're badass. If you don't know who Ace of Base is, go listen to Ace of Base. Go listen to their greatest hits. They literally like have so many fucking hits, and they're badass. Like, I don't know, whatever. What do I know? I know a lot about pop music, so fucking listen to me, right? And lastly, The Flash apparently gets off to a slow start. Get it? With 55 million opening weekend and like 70 something million in like Japan or overseas or whatever. So apparently that's like bad, I guess. Like, that's not good that they only made 170 something million, I mean, I feel like that's a success, but with the marketing and they're spending all the money, and I'm sure all the shit they had to cover up for Ezra Miller. But I like him as the Flash. He's a cool little character as the Flash, and I get like his I don't get his mind, like the shit he did. Like, I think what did he do? Like batter a woman, or stalk a woman or something. I don't know. He did a bunch of weird shit, and you could tell like he's just mentally unstable. He even looks it, like but I mean, that's how actors are. Actors are very weird, like as far as being real people, professionally they play other characters, so it's like they can't separate themselves from this fake world that they have to act in, like especially Hollywood, and how everyone is fake. And I'm sure like the whole Epstein Weinstein bullshit, has a lot to do with it. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't have very much to do with it now as it did back when it was like super prominent, and they could get away with it. But I'm sure it still, has its teeth sunken in somewhere there. And yeah, he's just a man like trying not to fall deep into it, you start losing your mind, you know, trying to hold on to reality. And yeah, that girl who plays Supergirl is fucking hot though. She's got a fine body. She's just pretty too. I think she's Mexican. I'm pretty sure because they were saying, "Oh, Supergirl's played by a Mexican," and I'm like, "That's cool. She's very attractive." But then again, like I said, that Ezra Miller, he's a good looking guy too. Like they're both good looking, you know. So it worked out, I think. Uh, but I hope the movie does great. I've seen spoilers about it, and they're interesting. But if you really want a good Flash movie and you don't mind a cartoon, go watch the Flashpoint Paradox. It's probably on HBO. I know I bought it on Blu-ray, but the Flashpoint Paradox cartoon movie is like so fucking good. It is like, God, it is so good. Like it'll make you cry, and that's like the kind of story they should have done. Of course, they can't like pay the money to get all those characters, you know, in it because there's so many like fucking characters and shit. But the Flashpoint Paradox movie, cartoon movie, look for it on Max, I guess HBO Max. It's very good. That's the way they should have done it. It's so good, so well done, and you won't regret watching it if you liked The Flash at all, or if you're into like comic books and you haven't seen it yet. Watch the Flashpoint Paradox. It's very good, very fucking good. But yeah, I guess that's it for today, fellas and ladies. I want to thank y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing, rating, reviewing, all that stuff. I know we'll do bonus stuff on the Patreon. I've been trying to get ahead of it, but I've been depressed and hating myself lately. So that's just life. We're trying to get past that, right? But yeah, like, let me know in the comments what you think about, I don't know, Amanda Bynes, Taylor Swift, Joe Rogan, or the movie The Flash. Did you see it? I like to, I don't like the way they did the multiverse like depiction, but I did like the cameos and stuff. They were interesting. Could have been better, but they were interesting. And I just wonder, I hope he stays the Flash for the rest of the DC universe, but who knows now that James Gunn is taking the helms of it, But yeah, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. Check out the website, retrohorning.com, for one-of-a-kind art or merchandise. We still have, Monopoly Man shirts if you still want to get them. We have Lorenzo versus the Crow wrestling match t-shirts if you want anything like that. We have them. Just message me on my Instagram or Twitter. We can get that shipped out to you. $25 free shipping, some stickers. And yeah, I want to thank y'all for being here. Let's have a start to a good week, and everybody take care, be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.